Everyone's pushing a new hack. 3 a.m. wake-up calls, cold plunges, swallow the frog. Ew. And here's what none of them tell you. You can out-hustle, out-grind, outwork everyone in the room and still end up someplace you don't want to be. After coaching hundreds of clients and running my own experiments on myself, I have found a faster and easier way. And the best part is that you actually increase the chances that you end up where you want to be. Hi, I'm Steph. I help adults complete meaningful dream projects quickly and become who they want to be, one messy, playful experiment at a time. Today, we're going deeper than self-improvement tips and hacks. Here are 5 ways to actually move the needle and how to make them start working for you starting today. Number 1, self-improvement tips are tactics, not strategy. Here's the main reason self-improvement tips fail most people. They're tactics, not strategy. Journaling, reading a book a day, going to the gym for hours, or tracking your finances. Nothing wrong with any of this. But think of these like ingredients. Every ingredient has value. The problem? You need to know what you're making first. Ask yourself, where am I today and where do I want to go? What does my ideal life actually look like? Think of this in detail, all the parts of it. Then, and only then, add what helps you get to the very next step. Not everything, not the kitchen sink, just the very next step. Because if you're not clear on the destination, you risk working very, very hard to earn a life that you don't even want. Annie Dillard said it best. How we spend our days is, of course, how we spend our lives. Here's one question to guide you. If I'm stuck right now, what one skill, piece of info, or resource would most help me move forward? That's it. Find that one thing, implement it, and then move forward. And the further along you get, the better you'll be at knowing when to trust yourself, which is super valuable because that's how you'll know the difference between intuition versus noise. We just talked about having a bird's eye view of where you're headed. Now we're going to bring it down and talk about something equally important, maybe even more critical, minimizing the noise so you can actually hear your own thoughts, creatively put pieces together, and listen to your intuition. And this has never been harder than today. You can be online and just blink, and hours have gone by. The antidote? Get back out into the world. Do the hard things. Sit with uncertainty. Imagine, learn, and then experiment again and again. And that's a big part of what we do inside the Crayon Playbook membership. We connect deeply with each other and challenge ourselves to grow and contribute our best to this world. In other words, getting back to what it truly means to be human. Focused attention is so valuable, so only take in what answers your next immediate question or what's closely neighboring it. Learning plus implementing creates depth, and depth creates experience. And experience is your superpower. Experience is what allows you to not be dependent on all the noise and to be able to go out and trust your gut more and more. And once you've got that focused attention locked in, the next move is to learn through action. If you don't implement, you don't learn. Jim Rohn said it this way. Don't let your learning lead to knowledge. Let your learning lead to action. Before doing my first YouTube video, I watched so many tutorials and read so many things about how to properly do YouTube, and it became very confusing and very overwhelming very quickly. But it wasn't until I actually hit record and gave myself permission for it to be totally messy that I finally learned the most. What was previously this huge mountain that I didn't even know if I could climb, well, it's now doable. And now I can iterate on it and I can make it even better and more sustainable. My point is that you need a first draft, a sloppy copy, something. You need to have something that you can now take and iterate and improve on until you get it exactly where you want. And I know starting feels big, especially when you're already stretched really, really thin. But there is a way in that prevents burnout on day one. The members of our group know this already. A major rule when beginning for us is to make it fun. Going from 0 to 100 is overrated. Cold turkey, sweating buckets, hating life type of grind. I mean, it definitely works for some, but not many people I know fit into that group. Here's what I've personally seen work again and again. Make it simple and make it fun. That's the only criteria. You're busy. Some days you'll be exhausted, stressed, or running on empty. If you build something that is simple and fun, you'll be able to do it even on those days. You're working your self-discipline muscle in the most enjoyable way. And that's how consistency gets built, not by force, by design. When it came to starting a new workout routine, I followed this advice as well. I didn't ask what would be the most grueling or hard workout, or what would feed my ego or make me look impressive to others. No, instead I asked, what would be fun and exciting for me? And that's what I did. Don't minimize the power of simple and fun. Because once something's working and fun, you'll start to feel something shift, not just for that one activity, but for all areas of your life. When things start improving, life starts to get exciting and powerful. And you're gonna have the temptation to say yes to all the opportunities that start coming your way. But pause for a moment. This is when it's important to realize commitment level matters more than tips. Commitment really is the secret sauce to getting where you want in life. However, a lot of times I see clients who take on an activity and it starts going well and then starts going amazingly well and life gets beautiful and wonderful and opportunities start flowing in, but then they take on more commitments and more and more. And then all of a sudden, nothing gets the right amount of time or commitment necessary to grow. And that momentum that they had going starts to fade away. Wouldn't it be great to be able to anticipate your energy load and be able to tell when you are getting close to overloading? It's not just about counting the number of activities on your plate, because not all activities deserve the same amount of commitment. And this matters. Inside the Crayon Playbook membership, we organize it like this. Fun, casual, try it out, no pressure. Job, you've locked it in and decided to make it consistent. Right. This is a part of who you are. This is worth fighting for. And mission and purpose. Your North Star. The activities you put in these levels will change as you move through life, but you want to not overload any one level. This is also how you more easily prioritize when you only have enough time or energy to focus on one area. Some things stay fun and casual forever, and that's perfect. Others start as experiments and quietly become the projects that change your life. Imagine yourself fully living it. Then honestly ask yourself, is this the life I want? If the answer is yes, congratulations. It's time to not go it alone. Find your people. This is so very, very important. Find a close friend or a family member, or keep it low key for now and share it with people who are also on the same path. People like inside the Crayon Playbook membership. Find your people, the people that will not only ignite you and inspire you, but on those days when you kind of feel like giving up or taking a big break, the people that will just say that one word or send you that one message that pulls you back home. Because it was never about self-improvement tips anyhow. You don't have to improve yourself. It's more about uncovering what was always there. It's about curiosity, growth, and fulfillment, stepping into who you were always meant to be. In other words, getting back to what it means to be human. All right, so let's recap. Number 1, tips are tactics, not strategy. Know your ideal recipe before you start adding ingredients. Number 2, minimize the noise. Experience builds intuition. Intuition filters out the noise. Number 3, learn through action. You'll learn the most by doing and then iterating. Number 4, make it simple and fun. That's what makes it doable, even on the hard days. And number 5, match your commitment level to the activity. Not everything needs to be worth fighting for, but some things certainly do. You now have 5 ways to move forward that will do more for you than any self-improvement tip stack ever could. This is the missing piece that most people never get, but knowing it and doing something with it are 2 totally different things. And there's a real reason most people stall out. And that's what I'm also talking about in my next video. See you there.